Be ready. 5 seconds. Start. Honorable Speaker Sir, I rise in this House to speak on an issue that returns to haunt our country every single year, the floods in India. Year after year, state after state, we witness the devastation caused by monsoon rains that should have been a blessing but turned into a curse. The irony is stark. A nation that faces drought in one part is often drowning in another. Floods have become an annual calamity, and yet our response continues to be reactive, fragmented, and often too little, too late. Sir, this year has again witnessed floods across multiple states: Assam, Bihar, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, and even the capital, Delhi. Rivers that have nurtured civilizations, the Ganga, Brahmaputra, Yamuna, are now swelling with destructive force, overflowing their banks, breaching embankments, sweeping away homes, cattle, crops, roads, bridges, and lives. People are stranded on rooftops. Children are wading through chest-deep waters. Entire villages have turned into islands. Is this the image of New India we are working toward? Sir, more than 1,500 people lose their lives every year due to floods. Millions are displaced. Lakhs of hectares of standing crops are destroyed. Livestock perish. Property worth thousands of crores is damaged. And yet, every monsoon season, we act surprised, as if we were caught off guard. Why are we not prepared? Why the same districts suffering again and again without a lasting solution? Let me share with you what happens when floods strike. First, there is immediate panic and chaos. People flee their homes with whatever they can carry. Relief camps are set up, some too far, some too late, some without drinking water or toilets. Children fall sick, elders suffer, and women face countless challenges. The stench of death, of animals, of stagnation, of disease fills the air. Waterborne diseases like cholera, typhoid, and dengue spread. Access to medicine, food, and clean drinking water becomes a luxury. Schools shut down, exams get delayed, and livelihoods vanish overnight. These are not mere anecdotes, these are lived realities of millions of Indians every year. Sir, in Assam, the Brahmaputra's flooding has become so predictable that citizens now count monsoons not in joy but in fear. Embankments built at huge costs get breached every year. Is it bad engineering, corruption, lack of maintenance, or is it simply apathy? In Bihar, even minor rainfall in Nepal triggers massive floods downstream. Despite decades of agreements, there is no permanent water management plan between India and Nepal. Why have we not prioritized transboundary water diplomacy when so many lives are at stake? In the Himalayas and northeastern states, cloud bursts and landslides compound the problem. Flash floods rush down with unimaginable force, destroying everything in their path. We saw this in Himachal Pradesh, in Uttarakhand, in Sikkim. Mountains are being cut, rivers choked, forests cleared, and in return, we get ecological backlash. Nature is speaking. Are we listening? Sir, urban flooding is a growing disaster of its own. Mumbai, Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Delhi, all our big cities are flooding due to poor drainage, encroachments on wetlands, and unplanned construction. A few hours of rain bring cities to a halt. Why? Because we have built roads but choked natural water outlets. We have promoted real estate but destroyed water bodies. Rainwater, instead of seeping into the ground, now floods our basements, flyovers, and airports. The cost is enormous, not just in terms of money, but also in productivity, mental stress, and public health. And who suffers the most? The poor, the slum dwellers, the daily wage earners, the farmers. The rich can escape to resorts or hire floods. But the poor see their hunterments submerged, their nation washed away, their hard earned savings drowned. Relief arrives, but rehabilitation lags. Compensation is promised, but delays are endless. Temporary shelters become semi-permanent misery. Sir, I ask this House, how long will we treat floods as an annual act of God instead of a man-made governance failure? Floods are no longer only a natural calamity. They are a direct consequence of environmental degradation, policy neglect, and lack of coordination between agencies. Climate change has worsened the frequency and intensity of rainfall. What used to be a 50-year flood now happens every 5 years or even less. We must recognize that climate adaptation is no longer optional, it is essential. We need a comprehensive national flood management policy, not a token response, not a knee-jerk fund release, but a systematic, data-driven, long-term plan. We must map flood-prone areas with satellite precision. We must invest in real-time forecasting systems. We need smart river management, early warning systems, and trained disaster response teams in every district. We must prioritize the rejuvenation of wetlands and traditional water channels. Embankments should not just be built, they must be inspected, audited, and reinforced. Urban drainage systems need an overhaul. Town planning must include water pathways. Illegal constructions on floodplains must be removed, no matter how powerful the builders may be. Rehabilitation must be swift and dignified. Relief funds must reach the beneficiaries directly and transparently without middlemen.